feeling grow.
All right. Are we ready on Walbacher? Oh, no, I'm being told he stuck his finger in water and in the testing, which I find very suspicious. Yeah, no.
Number two would have had.
Nobody does that.
And I was trying to take it back.
Court is calling 2023 CR 0889, State of Texas versus Stephen Wayne Walbacher. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Ron Ross for defense.
Are you Stephen Walbacher? You entered a plea on June 15th, guilty to count 2. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at 8 years in the prison. The state is silent on your application. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, we have, Judge. And by the way, it's a capital H.
Ah,
Yes, and state is silent, Judge.
all right. If you all want to, oh yeah, it is a captivate. Okay. And the state is silent. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
We have, judges, just one correction or
Yes.
in the TAP evaluation down about toward the end of it, said that he's continued to use marijuana since he was arrested. And he says that's not true. He said since he's arrested, he was using it before, but since that he hasn't used it. That's what he tells me.
Well, we can't get a UA because
I know.
he stuck his hand in the cup. Nobody does that. I don't know anybody who would purposely or accidentally stick their hand in a cup of urine.
I just did, but there was no urine, ma'am. I just grabbed the cup. I didn't even.
Yeah, nobody does that. You wasted a UA in this court.
I didn't.
So, counsel, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, I would say that he's 55. And I think his report, he's got child support obligations. He looks, I don't know that he's not diagnosed as mental slowness, but it seems to be. And his jobs, he's not had real good jobs right now. He works at a cook, but he is employed. He's been employed. And I don't know that at this point in time, sentencing the prison is going to really make much difference or correct his behaviors. I would ask you to make him do outpatient treatment. Let's see if give him a chance. I mean, I agree with you. I think it's kind of ridiculous what he says, but give him outpatient.
I would tell you, counsel, outpatient treatment is going to be out of the question. He's going into custody today. So either he's going to prison or either he's going to treatment. Those are his choices. Either he's going to safety. I know they're recommending SADC, but for someone to purposely invalidate a test, that tells me a little bit where he is with regards to his sobriety. So either you have a choice. You can go to safety or you can go to prison. If you wish to go to prison, I will sentence you to 4 years. Which do you choose, prison or treatment?
I'll take treatment.
All right. The court will sentence you to 8 years in the prison. Thank you. Suspended and probated for 8 years. Take in consideration 2023 CR 0888. I'm going to sentence you to safety, followed by aftercare. There's to be proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be the UA hotline upon release. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. And if everything is going well with the field visits, probation, I'm going to want random field visits after that, and you'll be able to pick how often you wish to do that. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Judge, anything else?
Anything else you need from the court to be successful? You do have a right to appeal since there were issues raised through pretrial motions. But however, this is a felony conviction. You're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition, any body armor or anything of that nature. Do you understand? If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is or body armor, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? We can go off the record. Mr. Walbacher, here's the thing. When I ask for people to do UAs, Sometimes I know that people are going to come in and they're going to be positive. I can see the signs when people are going to be positive. The reason why I'm asking is because I'm trying to determine, one, your level of truthfulness, and two, where you are in your sobriety. And when you are dishonest with me about your sobriety, you know what that tells me? That tells me you need to be in somebody's inpatient treatment. So you're going to inpatient treatment because of you. All you had to do was take the UA instead of sabotaging the UA test. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 5216, State of Texas versus Delphina Spiller. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
Valerie Headland.
And are you Miss Spiller?
Yes, I am.
Are you the same Delphina Spiller who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 5216 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on September 10th, 2021 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, that's me.
State?
Violated condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Delphina Spiller, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of July and August 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State?
Your Honor, we waive and abandon the other violations alleged.
Any objections?
No.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, I do.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, I do.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Judge, there's not a proposed agreement. We were going to recommend 5 years. And I believe the defense would like to ask for an alternative to that, Judge.
All right. Defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, without going into so many details and background on this, and certainly not to offer excuses, Your Honor. I did meet with Ms. Spiller for a long time last week. She has had some serious health issues starting about the time that she did last reported to probation. And it had her in and out of the hospital from around June, July of 2022. September, they finally diagnosed her. And then she went septic and went into the hospital for 3 weeks in November. I don't think she was in a right frame of mind at all. I did ask her, why didn't you just pick up the phone and call probation, call the court? She was eventually picked up because, well, she was in Spring Branch. And then after she resolved some of the medical issues.
Was she supposed to be in Spring Branch?
No, Your Honor. Her mother-in-law lives in Spring Branch with her children. And her mother-in-law was administering the IV antibiotics and everything that she was going through. And her mother actually has custody. Is it one daughter or two? Just one daughter. Because of a very serious incident that happened with her eldest daughter in 2017. Ever since that date, I think Miss Spiller's life has spiraled out of control.
And has she picked up any new offenses since
That's
she
the
was?
problem. She has 2 new, number ones out of Comal that are for misdemeanor charges that are from September of 2022, all along the same kind of time frame.
And what are those charges?
I think fraud, use, possession,
Failure to identify.
failure to ID. There's an offense report in the summary.
All right. And so she has fraud use. And I will tell you that in this plea bargain agreement with the case, they took into consideration fraud use cases.
Yes.
And so I have before me a person who's not reporting and is alleged to have picked up new fraud use cases and didn't pick up the phone and call probation.
Yes, Your Honor. She knows not to just stand before you and make excuses or say it's a mistake. She knows that. But in the Comal report, at least, she was with a person that got charged heavily with other items and issues, and she was coming out of the Tractor Supply. So there's a paragraph in there that addresses her. The majority of the report is for the person that she was with.
All right. The person she was with Does he have criminal charges?
I would imagine so based on that.
And she's not supposed to be around people who have criminal charges.
Yeah. I would ask Judge, this is her first MTR. And the charge is a second degree felony, her underlying from 4 to 200. It was 5 point something grams of meth at the time. So if that's any consolation, I would beg that she be allowed to continue probation. At worst, revoke sentence her for the conviction. So I think she's on the bird. And then place her back onto probation so that she can seek additional help and support. She is with her sister now back in San Antonio. I think her sister is a good influence and is helping her. She also suffers from diabetes, or she's having vision loss, so she can't read the paperwork that I give her. She had a doctor's appointment scheduled for July 27th that she missed because she was taken into custody on this case. That's why I asked the court to bring her a little bit quicker. I would just ask that she not be sentenced to TDC. I realize there's not really an alternative placement for her, like treatment, because she has charges pending in Comal that I can't really do anything. I don't have any influence in those cases. So we're just asking the court to, if at worst, sentence her, revoke her, but put her back on probation since she's never been to TDC.
All right, Ms. Spiller, there are consequences for actions. I am going to grant the motion, find you guilty, revoke, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $500 fine, time and money rent concurrent. If you would like, I can ask that you be placed in the therapeutic community. I have no jurisdiction for you to be placed in the therapeutic community. You'll have to ask for it as well. But the therapeutic community is helpful in any type of drug issues that anyone may have. Would you like me to request the therapeutic community?
Yes.
All right, I'll request the therapeutic community. All right, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. You're going to have to do better, okay? All right, thank you. Are you all ready on Yvette Martinez? All right, Mr. Gabriel Gomez, how are you doing?
Okay.
Let me ask, on this case, was he given anger management or anything?
Your Honor, he was given the moral recognition therapy.
All right, based upon the office that's in the motion, I know the state is saying they're going to withdraw, but I want to add anger management. Is everyone okay with that?
Yes, we don't oppose what the court wants to do, Judge. I do think that the court should know that the classes that he was supposed to start up, he was not able to support because the client reports that he didn't have any funds for that. So if there's any cost associated, we would request that be waived. He also has a broken, he's got some physical ailments. He's got a broken.
Okay, everybody's whispering. So are you employed? Because this case, I'm not the one who placed you on probation. Are you employed?
No, ma'am.
How long has it been since you've been employed?
No.
All right, why are you not employed?
I got a broken left leg,
You got what?
a broken left leg, and I can't stand too long on it.
All right, so they do have jobs where you can sit down. So how are you supporting yourself?
My dad, he helped me here and there.
All right, do you have children?
No, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
To the 8th grade.
Why didn't you graduate?
I mean, my family was just not too smart, I guess. We didn't pass.
All right. So what does everybody think he needs to be on the right track probation? Because he's not, you're not receiving SSI, are you?
No.
Then you're going to have to get a job. You'll have to find one where they allow you to sit. I don't know if that's possible because you only have an 8th grade education.
I can't read or write. That's the thing. And like I do got like a weekend job. I help my dad and I make like $100 with him doing whatever I can.
All right. And how old are you?
I'm 33.
All right. So first thing, we need to get him where he can read and write.
Literacy program.
Yes. So we're going to do the literacy program. I always tell people you're never too old to learn to read or to write.
Mhm.
I can speak of this because some of my great grandmothers only went as far as the sixth grade, but they could read and write and do other things. And there were reasons why they couldn't go any further in school. But
I'm good at math. That's the only thing.
all right, so we're going to do literacy classes. And
We can also, try to assist in, employment placement.
okay. All right, so they're going to work with you on getting your literacy classes. And guess what? Everybody has to start somewhere, right? Do you speak only English?
Legal.
All right, so one, you're intelligent because you're able to speak two languages. I don't know many people who can. So you'll be able to do your literacy classes. They're probably going to start you off with, what's the book we all read? See Spot, See Ball. They'll probably start you with that. Don't be embarrassed by that because I still have those books. And those are some nice adventures. Just saying. Mark Park, Walk in the Dark. I still remember that. Mark Park, Walk in the Dark. He would only walk in the dark, only at night. And now that I look back on it, where were his parents? Why was Mark Park walking in the dark? I don't know. But those are great books to read. And counsel, if you will, outside of my door in the back, there's a list of books. So he's more than welcome. You're more than welcome to take some of those books to practice on.
Okay.
So we're going to do literacy and you say employment assistance. Is there anything else that you need from us?
No, not at the moment.
Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor, we're gonna stick with the MRT class that was previously ordered. And did you want to add the anger management, or we'll see how it goes?
Let's see how it goes.
Okay, I do want to point out that Mr. Gomez did complete his intensive outpatient treatment.
Okay. All right. You're still going to have to do UAs. Make sure that you stay clean and sober. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you'll withdraw the motion.
Yes, Your Honor.
In this courtroom, to be successful on probation, communication is key. So if there's some issue, just pick up the phone, call probation. If you feel like they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. All right? All right. Good luck to you.
All right, thanks, Judge.
You're welcome.